Hey guys, I'm Combat Craig and I'm a 100% disabled Desert Storm veteran. Today we will cover the difference between a medical opinion and an independent medical opinion. Basically, an independent medical opinion is provided by your private doctor. A medical opinion is what the C&P examiner provides to the VA rater because the VA paid them to examine you. Notice what's missing? The word independent. It's just a medical opinion. It's not independent when the VA is paying them to examine you. If you need help with your VA claim, you can email me below at combatcraig@vaclaimsinsider.com, or you can call me at 208-557-3084. I know a lot of you guys don't like emails and stuff like that, so thought I'd try throwing the phone number up there. Who knows how many people are going to call me. An independent medical opinion is the same thing as a nexus letter as far as your VA claim is concerned. It's an evidence-based document prepared by a competent medical professional that helps a veteran establish the link between your current disability and your active duty service. That's all it is. So VA nexus letter, independent medical opinion, it's all the same thing. The VA does not deal in medical certainty. If you ask your VA doctor at the VHA, the Veterans Health Administration, to write an independent medical opinion or a nexus letter, they're probably going to look at you weird. They may think there's some kind of conflict of interest. They may be lazy, but whatever the reason is, the VHA is one gigantic bureaucracy, and the VBA, the Veterans Benefits Administration, who you're filing your claim with, is completely different. Your doctor has no clue what you're up against and how specific you need to be when you're trying to prove your VA disability claim. That's why 80% of us are underrated, right? All independent medical opinions are not created equal. The prices are literally all over the board. Some are a couple $100, some are $10,000. There's doctors out there charging this kind of money, and then when you get to the C&P exam, and the C&P exam doctors renders their medical opinion, and they don't agree with the independent medical opinion that you provided from your private provider, I mean, you are literally shit out of luck and you just spent 10 grand. That sucks. What are you going to do? Ask for your money back? I've seen lots of people talking about doctors that are qualified and who's the best to use for independent medical opinions, and I've done this myself a little bit. The simple fact of the matter is you only need a competent medical professional that knows what the hell they're doing. That could be a nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, or a doctor. I've seen some really good IMOs from physician's assistants. They have more probative value than that of the best sleep apnea professional in the world. I mean, this is a evidence-based document, right? And the PA or the NP, they take the time to do the research and spell it out in plain English and use medical evidence. I mean, they're writing this for a VA rater, right? They're not a doctor or a lawyer. They're just like you or me. They're probably even a veteran. So they spell it out. Now, these high-power doctors that charge 10 grand to write these things, I mean, they do one-liners sometimes. I see some horrible ones from these guys. And here's basically the gist of it. I'm Dr. Bob. This veteran has sleep apnea secondary to PTSD. And then he signs it. And it's like, well, I'm the best guy in the world, and I signed it. So that's it. I don't even need to explain this. It's just, it doesn't work. The VA doesn't care about Dr. Bob. The VA rater certainly doesn't know what Dr. Bob is. And Dr. Bob didn't make the case for you. You know, he's just like, hey, do this. He didn't go into the time and go through all your stuff and, you know, write a solid legal and medical argument on your behalf. He just pencil whipped something and was like, well, they know who I am. I'm Dr. Bob. They should be afraid of me. Yeah, the VA's not afraid of Dr. Bob. Sorry, Dr. Bob. Building on the Dr. Bob analogy a little bit. I mean, think about like your car, right? Well, it's a Ram truck, so I need to go to the Ram dealer because they're the Ram dealer and they're the manufacturer. That doesn't mean anything other than I'm going to spend more money, is the way I kind of think about it. I want to go find the guy that actually knows how to fix my truck. That could be some guy in his garage that has a lift or whatever, does it in the dirt. Like, I don't care who does it, just as long as they're qualified to do the work. So anyway, an independent medical opinion is just that. It's an opinion based on medical evidence. It's not an examination. If it was, it'd be called an independent medical examination, and those exist as well. But what we're talking about is an opinion. It's completely different. A qualified medical professional can write you an independent medical opinion based on the medical evidence you provide. Obviously, you're going to need to provide medical evidence. They're not going to be able to just shit this out of thin air. So if you have your buddy letter, you have some service treatment records, you have some VA records, you have some private medical records, you can give this to a qualified medical professional to put all this stuff together and craft your independent medical opinion, aka your nexus. If you need help with your VA claim, you can send me an email below, combatcraig@vaclaimsinsider.com, or you could call me at 208-557-3084, and we could talk about your claim and see if we can help somehow. All right, I think I covered independent medical opinion. It's independent, and you get it from a private doctor. So let's talk about medical opinion without the word independent in front of it, and how that's used in your VA claims. So a medical opinion is what you're going to get when you go to your C&P exam. It's not independent because those doctors are hired by, or they actually work for the VA. They're either contracted or they work at the VA. Either way, they're not independent at all. Like, you're not paying them. The VA's paying them. They're ordering them. They're not examining the things that you want examined. They're examining the things the VA rater tells them they want examined. So it's a big difference. I mean, by law, they are not appropriate medical providers to render an independent medical opinion because they can only render a medical opinion. It's not independent. I'm not saying that the C&P examiner is not going to agree with your independent medical opinion from your private doctor, but he certainly could. And this is why it's super important to have your side of the story represented. The C&P examiner is representing the VA, and as this is a veteran-friendly environment and all that kind of stuff, it's always better to have your side of the story represented in the form of an independent medical opinion. I'm going to finish with my last claim. So I provided an independent medical opinion with a diagnosis of PTSD, which is what I've been missing for 27 years, and I didn't even get a C&P exam. My independent medical opinion that I submitted from my private doctor, that was enough to win my claim. So it's possible they won't even need a medical opinion from a C&P examiner, but I think I was an exception to the rule. And that was just for my PTSD. They did send me to a C&P exam for my foot conditions. So independent medical opinion, it's so important. You got to get one. If you're hearing my voice right now and you're trying to figure out if you need to get one and where you should get one, I'll just tell you this: get one, and get one from somebody that knows what they're doing and understands the phrases the VA uses, and is based on rock solid medical evidence. People that write independent medical opinions are independent to start, and then they're going to use whatever medical evidence you provide them. Obviously, you're going to need to provide the medical evidence or this thing's a waste of time. But they're able to, hey, this happened in 1988, and then he was over here in 1999, then he was here in 2005, or however they have to explain it. You know, it's all over the board, whether it's a direct service connection, secondary service connection. But they're able to write this because they understand that they're writing to somebody like you or me. Literally somebody making 50 grand a year that's a VA rater that is not a lawyer and is not a doctor. So the way you write this is so important. And, think about it like that. Who are you targeting? The VA rater. So that's it. I will see you guys in the next video.